OVP spokesperson, Attorney Ruth Castelo.
Morning, everyone. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy that you're all here. Okay, so is it a rainy day today? Hindi naman na. Ambon lang. Okay. Today we will begin with, or we will continue the Disaster Operations Center activities that we have seen in the past. As you all know, this is an OVP institutional program that we have done in order to support other government agencies in their disaster relief and response initiatives to families affected by natural disasters and calamities, providing food and non-food items and essential support in the most unserved and underserved communities. And then we had this recent relief operations conducted by the OVP Disaster Operations Center in Abra de Ilog, Occidental Mindoro on August 4 and 5, 2025. So that was yesterday and Monday, with a total of 1,800 family beneficiaries assisted. And so tomorrow, as we speak, we have already a full schedule for the whole month of August. For tomorrow, August 7 and 8, we will be in Malvar, Calaca, Lian, and Laurel, all in Batangas, to serve 2,800 families. I will just give you the schedule of activities for the DOC later, instead of reading all of them now. So to give you an update also on Bagyong Krising, Dante, Emong, and the southwest monsoon that was here a few weeks back. We have operations from July 14 to August 5 in Quezon City, Pangasinan, Balungao, and Umingan, Pangasinan. We were also in Gataran, Cagayan, Cebu City, Mandaue City, Lapu-Lapu City, Negros Occidental. And then on July 28, we were in Barangay 649 Baseco. July 29, we were in Barangay Santo Domingo, Quezon City. And then July 30 in Barangay San Rafael, Noveleta, Cavite. July 31 in Hagonoy, Bulacan. August 1st, 2025 in Olongapo, Zambales. So we have already, for the past several weeks, only for Dante, Krising, and Emong and the southwest monsoons, we have served a total of 17,052 families already. And we have already given also relief goods to 82,481 individuals. We had a total of 18 relief operations conducted for the beginning on July 14 until July 31, and the 2 days in August, August 4 and 5. So tomorrow we'll be back out there to serve the public para yung mga naapektuhan, and then until we have a full schedule, like I said, for the whole month of August. And in behalf of the Vice President, Sara Duterte, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to our donors and partner stakeholders who have greatly extended the number of people we have served and expanded our services sa pamamagitan ng mga tulong na naibibigay nila, logistical support that they have provided to us. The Office of the Vice President appreciates the continued support that they have been giving to us, and it's not just the logistical support, it's not just the assistance that they give us, because you know that we have very meager budget to do all this, but it is actually the comfort and the joy that we give to the people pagka nakakatulong tayo, lalo na dun sa mga malalayong lugar na hindi talaga basta-basta maaabot ordinarily. So nagpapasalamat po tayo sa kanila, because without their invaluable assistance, the Office of the Vice President will have to do with the limited funding that we have to fulfill the mandate of the Disaster Operations Center. And for all those seeking relief from the OVP, kindly send your requests to disaster.operations@ovp.gov.ph. So, yun po. Ang patuloy na ginagawa ng opisina, ang tanggapan ng Pangalawang Pangulo tungkol sa disaster operations. But the DOC is only one of the many projects and programs of the Office of the Vice President. I'm sure you're already familiar with this program, the Magnegosyo Taday. One of the many continuing programs of the OVP's Magnegosyo Taday, where we assist individuals and organizations to avail of the financial assistance provided by the office to pursue or expand their business activities. We aim to address the needs of individuals, groups, and sectors who suffer from poverty, injustice, or calamity by granting them livelihood assistance and give them the means to fish. And our goal here is to provide targeted support for either aspiring or current entrepreneurs and strengthen local economies by fostering sustainable livelihood and development. We help them create their own opportunity and the means for them to start or expand the source of their own livelihood. So, for this program, I'm not sure if you've seen us in action. Not yet. Hindi pa niya nakita. Okay. So Magnegosyo Taday has begun in 2023, and it's currently being done. To date, we have a total of 30 civil society organizations that have become part of the program called Magnegosyo Taday. This is we have already engaged 1,416 individuals who have received 15,000 pesos each for their businesses, either as a startup or augmentation of their negosyo. Based on our post-grant monitoring, nakita natin na sa pamamagitan ng programang Magnegosyo Taday ay maraming buhay ang nabago. Isang halimbawa ay ang Samahan ng Kababaihan ng Barangay Adia sa Santa Maria, Laguna. At sa loob ng 6 na buwan ay kumita sila ng 102,000 pesos mula sa livelihood grant na ibinigay ng tanggapan ng Pangalawang Pangulo. We also have the Women's Mobile Vendors Association at Barangay Buena Vista in Sablayan, Occidental Mindoro. We gave them also 150,000 for this group of vendors. And then sa Burgos Fish Vendors Association in Bacolod City, also an organization that received 150,000 from us. For individuals, I mentioned earlier, we have given grants of 15,000 pesos each to 1,416 individuals and 30 recipient organizations with almost 9,000 participating members. They all each received 150,000 pesos. Ang Magnegosyo Taday is held in partnership with the Philippine Deposit Insurance Corporation and the Department of Trade and Industry to provide financial literacy training to beneficiaries. Money learning skills ang tinuro ng PDIC sa kanila para malaman kung paano nila tamang gamitin yung grant or yung pera na binigay ng DTI at kung paano nila ito ma-maximize para mapaandar or mapalago yung negosyo na ginagawa nila. So for all those interested in joining the MTD program, they may send an email to vp@ovp applicants or future beneficiaries of this program na hindi po natin binibenta yung application form. So, hindi po kailangan magbayad, wala pong bayad. Even up to submission, pwede po sa satellite offices natin or dito sa OVP head office, ipadala yung form ninyo. Huwag nyo pong bilihin at huwag nyo pong babayaran ang form. So, that is all for our report for today.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Attorney Ruth. So I will now open the floor for questions. Tatawagin ko po yung media partners for your question. So first, we have Jason from SMNI.
First question po, this past few days, pumunta po si VP Sara doon sa Marinduque
Yes.
para sa pagbabago campaign and sa PANSAR program. May we know kung sino yung lumapit? Yung sa OVP ba ang nag-reach out dun sa office po ni Congressman Velasco or sila Congressman Velasco ang lumapit po sa OVP? At ano magiging partnership po ng dalawang tanggapan?
Okay. Yes, that's Marinduque. I think that was July 29, 30, and 31 last week. Ang OVP po ang nag-identify kasi kung saan natin sa tingin na kailangan ng mga tao or lalo na yung mga nasa schools, yung mga mag-aaral for the pagbabago program, yung A Million Learners and A Million Trees. Yun po kasing gusto ng Vice Presidente, yung pinakamalalayo na mahirap ng abutin. So we identified it, and then syempre doon sa lugar na yon may kakilala naman tayo, so they offered assistance to the Office of the Vice President at tinanggap naman po natin. We accept assistance from the private sector. Tumatanggap po tayo ng donations, although of course we document everything properly, pero we get that also.
Ma'am, after po ng Marinduque, saan po yung magiging susunod na lugar na pupuntahan po ni Vice President Sara Duterte pagdating po sa pagbabago campaign and dito sa PANSAR program? May pupuntahan pa po ba siya na ibang pang-paaralan?
Yes, madami pa siyang pupuntahan, but that is our schedule. We will have to ask the office if we can release that schedule.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, we
Jason.
have Dempsey.
Yes, hi.
Yung sa ano nyo po, sa kanina nga po sa report nyo, na you have more thousands of families served during dun sa mga bagyo na nagdaan and then dun sa Southwest Monsoon. And then for the month of August, may 2,800 families. And of course, ma'am, you mentioned, I think a month ago, na may parang 903 million pesos po yung budget for next year na in-increase po ng DBM for OVP. Do you think, ma'am, na yung budget na yun, yung 903 million pesos would be enough to sustain your current set of programs, ito nga yung disaster preparedness, relief operations, and then yung magnegosyo taday, you mentioned yung marami pa kayong parang inaengganyo din po na mag-participate din po dito sa programa na ito. Do you think, ma'am, na yung 903 million pesos na budget nyo po for next year would be enough to sustain all these programs?
Yes, thank you, Dempsey. The budget, the 903 million pesos budget of the Office of the Vice President is allocated already per program. So if you're asking about disaster operations, we have actually from 30,250,000 in 2025, we have increased it to 56,620 pesos. Of course, this will necessarily include inflation, and then the additional personnel that we will need to complete a bigger project. Kasama na yan, kaya meron tayong increase na 26 million. And then for, what was your other program? Magnegosyo Taday? Okay. Magnegosyo Taday, I think we're going to have the same budget as last year. So, wait, hold on. Magnegosyo Taday, I cannot find it here. We'll get back to you on the amount, but parang my recollection is it's the same as last year. Iaano lang natin, pagkakasyahin natin ulit kung ano yung makakayang programa for until the 12th month, until December, but we also accept assistance from the private sector. So kung meron mga nagbibigay, we document them properly, and then we, of course, with all gratitude, natutulungan nila ang Office of the Vice President na makatulong sa mas maraming beneficiaryo. Okay.
Of course, magkaka-budget season na kasi.
Yes.
Of course, considering yung medyo not so good relations na nga with the House and with the Congress, what if lang naman, ma'am? What if lang na halimbawa House or Senate or the BICAM decides to slash the budget yung 900 million to, halimbawa bawasan na ng 200 million ulit? I mean, would that still be enough? Halimbawa 700 million na lang yung matira sa budget nyo. Do you think na enough pa rin ba siya para mapagkasya ito sa mga programa nakaline up sa inyo po?
Well, the office of the Vice President is ready for any eventuality. So kung babawasan nila or ibabalik nila sa 733 million for 2025, we cannot do anything, but we will proceed. We will still pursue the programs that we already have. So on Magnegosyo ta Direct Dempsey, just to give you an answer, yes, I'm correct. It was the same 39.6 million for 2026. Yeah. On budget?
Speaking of, help from private sectors, kumusta po yung mga tulong na natatanggap po ng OVP, ma'am?
Actually, nakakatuwa na makita kasi from experience, nakarating tayo dun sa Disaster Operation Center. Marami pong mga goods na nabigay rin ang private sector. So, mas marami yung nailalaman namin sa food box at saka dun sa relief bags na pinapamigay. So, kung opisina lang ng Vice President ang yung bibilihan ng mga gamit na yon, konti lang ang may bibigay natin, like 6 na dalata and then isang pack ng 5 kilos na bigas. Yun lang yung laman. But with the augmentation coming from the private sector, napupuno natin yun at mas maraming naliligayahan na yung nabibigyan natin. That's why.
How's the support of the private sectors to the OVP?
We do not accept cash donations. So donations to the office are given only in kind. Kaya sa magnegosyo tatay, unless diretso na nilang tutulungan yung negosyante na mag-provide ng mga, for example, a hair salon, mag-provide na ng blower, ng pang-diretso ng buhok or pangkulot ng buhok or ganyan. Depende. Pero the office will not receive cash donations po.
Sige, ma'am. Last follow-up for the budget.
Hi, Ma'am. Bella Carriazo, Philippine Star. Si Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, nagsabi na siya, Ma'am, na willing ang Senate Committee on Finance na i-approve yung budget ng OVP basta't walang confidential fund. Ano pong reaction niya dito?
Oh yes, thank you. Well, so that means the budget of 903 million is already approved kasi wala po talagang confidential funds na nakalagay doon. So, thank you, Senator Win. Hindi na mababawasan yung 903 million budget ng Office of the Vice President.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Next, we have Lance.
Hi, Ma'am. Lance po from Newswatch Plus. There are a lot of programs from OVP. So, siguro po my first question would be, since napakadami pong programa and also at the same time, marami ring issues na kinakaharap si Vice President Duterte. My first question would be, how involved is she now in the rollout of these programs, given nga po na may mga scheduled trips and etc.? Is she on top of everything pa din?
Yes, the Vice President is as involved as she started. So, nung rinroll out yung mga programa natin, beginning 2022, up to now, her involvement is the same, even more. Kasi, syempre, marami tayong nakikita na pwede pang mga areas of improvement. Maraming mga bagong ideas rin na binibigay si Vice President. So, her involvement never diminished. Yes, tatanong kasi na imagine ko na ang next question, even if she's not physically here, she's still the one running the office kasi may technology naman di ba? Tayo lang yung mga nandito, kami yung gumagawa, kami yung mga sundalo, but the instructions come directly from the Vice President herself.
Just a follow-up question, ma'am. Where is the Vice President now? And yung scheduled trips niya po sa Kuwait, will that push through this August 8, if I'm not mistaken?
Let me verify that information. We'll get back to you on that one.
Thank you. But is she in the Philippines now?
I will get back to you on that.
Okay, thank you.
It's August 7, no? Today? 6, okay.
Follow-up sa question.
Okay.
Nung pagbalik ni VP Sara po dito sa Pilipinas, nakita po ba kayo, ma'am? And then may bilin ba siya sa inyo? Especially sa institution po?
Doon kasi pagbalik niya, the day after she went to Marinduque. Papunta ako rin dapat nakascheduled and some members of the team from Manila na papunta dapat sa Marinduque, but hindi kami natuloy kasi sa Roro malakas daw yung agos. So it was not safe for us. Hindi kami nakapunta, but we were supposed to be with her for the 3-day activity in Marinduque. Same pa rin, pareho ng bilin niya before, pareho rin ang bilin niya ngayon.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, we have Miss Marisol.
Actually, ang tanong ko, does she have any official engagement outside? Is she just here? How is she po?
Okay, for today,
Kasi,
specifically for today, we'll see,
Tagal
we'll
lang hindi
see.
na siya nasisilayan.
Oo nga, sige.
Since you're her spokesperson, so pumustay namin saan po si VP ngayon, ma'am. Tapos
Okay.
kumusta po siya.
Sige, we'll get back to you on that before we end this conference. JC, paalam na lang, please.
Is she
Okay.
just here?
Who knows? She can just be right in the office. Oo nga, a few steps away.
Ma'am, anong lang saan po siya ngayon? Meron ba siya mga engagement sa labas?
Okay, sige, we'll give you the answer later after we confirm.
Sorry, ma'am. Follow up lang din sa I mean, you mentioned that she's more involved now
Yes,
than she is before. Can you just describe how involved she really is with the programs? Parang ano ba siya yung sabi niyo nga siya nagaling instructions and everything. I mean, can you just describe how her involvement now? Kahit a few words lang, can you just describe how involved she is with the program?
Okay. So, of course, given the 3 years now that she has been the vice president, mas marami siyang nakikitang kailangan na gawin, mas marami siyang na-encounter na tao, na mas marami ang pangangailangan na minsan first time lang natin naririnig na meron palang gano'n na pangyayari, meron palang gano'n na sitwasyon. So, lahat po ng ginagawa ng Office of the Vice President, even the regular programs that we have, submitted sa kanya lahat ng report. And then magko-comment siya dun sa report that should have given more here, should have given less there, para mas na-spread, na-ikot, or ganyan. Or even the public release, the press releases that we make, even the ones in social media, chine-check po muna ni Vice President yun kung tama ba or accurate ba yung mga figures na binigay nyo, i-compare niya dun sa records niya. So that's how the Vice President is involved. Like I said, she may not be here physically, hindi lang natin nakikita, pero yung trabaho na kailangan niyang gawin for the office is still being done. Ano lang, minsan virtual, minsan ghost.
Thank you, ma'am. Follow up.
Related, ma'am, doon sa tanong kung talagang mas involved si VP Sara ngayon. Kasi merong survey ngayon na bumaba yung kanyang yung performance rating ng OVP. So, kasi may impression din na kaya bumaba dahil lagi siyang wala sa bansa. Ano po yung comment natin dito?
We of course respect the survey, regardless of the source kung saan po galing yung survey na yan. Okay lang po sa atin if that is their findings. And of course, with that, kung totoo man yun o hindi, we have resolved to do better for the Office of the Vice President. The Vice President herself also has resolved to work even harder than we are all working now. So pagbubutihin pa po natin lalo ang serbisyo na ibibigay natin sa taong bayan.
Thank you, Attorney. Yes, Red.
Good morning, RBC. Well, nasabi na po natin, Bella, yung survey kasi nga parang while mas bumaba po siya sa Luzon, Balance Luzon, and sa Visayas po, ma'am. So, gagawin po ba ni VP po ba, mas ipofocus po ba ang serbisyo niya dito sa Luzon or so Visayas, magiging targeted po ba in light of the recent survey na slight bumaba yung kanyang performance rating and yung trust rating po niya. Kasi sa Mindanao, medyo slight lang po yung binaba noon pero still medyo mataas pa rin po naman. So ano po ba, magiging target po ba or magiging national pa rin po ba ang scope ng OVP even if there's a decline in the survey ratings, ma'am?
Yes, alam niyo naman kasi, Red, ang Office of the Vice President, survey or not, survey or no survey, pareho lang po ang trabaho natin. It's all in a day's work. Kung ano po yung mga kailangan namin gawin, yun lang rin po ang itutuloy natin. Of course, mag-extra effort tayo ngayon because of that survey. Pero regardless of the location rin, ang trabaho po natin ay we can do better. I'm sure we can do better here and there. At ang pangalawang Pangulo po, like I said, whether she is here or not, pareho din po or mas higit pa ang trabaho na ginagawa sa ngayon.
Okay, thank you, Attorney. We have time for one last question. Yes.
Yung sinasabi ni Senator Trillanes na kaya daw tahimik si former Vice President Robredo dun sa impeachment case ni VP dahil magkaalyado nga ba sila? So baka meron ng pong clarification. In fact,
Okay, well, I am not privy to that, but you know, if it's true, I'm sure the Vice President will get a lot of useful tips from former Vice President Leni Robredo.
Thank you, Attorney Ruth. Do we have any parting words, ma'am? Last question from Jason, ma'am.
I mean, you're not the spokesperson po for the impeachment, pero gusto lang namin kamustahin yung institusyon, yung moral po ng mga staff ng OVP na ngayon po ay magdidesisyon, magbobotohan po mamaya yung Senate po.
Okay. Kagaya ng sinabi ko tungkol sa ano yun? Yung survey or no survey, impeachment or no impeachment, the Office of the Vice President will work the same or even harder to fulfill the mandate of the office and to fulfill also the advocacies of the Office of the Vice President. Pareho lang, parang kaming we're shielded. We do not know what's happening outside. So, tuloy lang kung anong trabaho. Oo. Yun lang ang focus naman kasi. Well, of course, that's a standing order from the Vice President also na whatever happens outside, whatever happens in politics, diretso lang, focus lang on the Office of the Vice President, yes. Okay,
Thank you, Attorney Ruth.
Yes, thank you. Last na, parting lang, just to remind everyone, lahat po ng mga tanong ninyo, of course, we welcome all those. And kung patungkol po sa trabaho ng Vice Presidente ng Pangalawang Pangulo, lahat po ito na ginagawa ng Office of the Vice President at niya mismo as Pangalawang Pangulo ay para sa Diyos, para sa bayan at para sa bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, thank you, Attorney Ruth. That concludes our press conference po. Salamat po.